Hello, everyone, and welcome to Microsoft Reimagine Education. We're honored to have you join us. The passion, persistence, and ingenuity that educators demonstrate every day are an inspiration to so many of us here at Microsoft. So let me say thank you for all that you do and help prepare the next generation of not just our kids, but leaders and innovators, people who will join our industry. We want you to know that we stand ready to support you because our advancements in technology, including AI, are grounded in Microsoft's mission. It's a mission to empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. And this obviously, in some ways, not just includes, but even starts oftentimes with students, with educators, with community members and families. At Microsoft, we're developing AI systems that are designed responsibly. They need to be designed responsibly. They need to keep people at the center of our commitment to advance safe, secure, and trustworthy AI. For these reasons, we're invested in our responsible AI framework. It's designed to ensure that we're creating solutions that are transparent, inclusive, and built with world-class security features across our offerings. Today, we're going to share some exciting announcements. They're designed to empower education institutions to harness Microsoft's AI technologies. You'll hear about new AI offerings that will help you create more equitable and efficient learning environments. You'll also learn about how Microsoft technology helps keep IT systems safe and secure for education institutions. And before we're done, we'll share stories about something I'm personally passionate about, making sure every student has the skills needed to be successful in the knowledge economy, especially in this new era of AI. When passion, technology, and human ingenuity come together, we can harness AI's positive impact for communities around the world. So let's get started. I'd like to introduce Paige Johnson, our Vice President of Education.
Welcome to Reimagine Education. We are thrilled to have you join us. It's hard for me to believe how much our world has changed in the past year. The emergence of large language models and AI tools is already having a profound impact on the way we work, and most importantly for me, the way we teach and learn. Students have access to more information and technology than ever before. And it's up to all of us to develop ethical and responsible behaviors and solutions that will equip them with the skills they need to thrive today and into their future careers. At Microsoft, we collaborate with educators and leaders like you to design solutions that are inclusive, accessible, and secure, to effectively support teaching and learning now and into the future. Today, we will share how you can use the latest Microsoft AI tools to create more equitable and efficient learning environments. You'll learn ways to build and improve security operations with industry-leading AI solutions and automated workflows. We'll discuss how to prepare your students for the ever-evolving future of work. And finally, we'll share several product announcements so you'll know what's coming next from Microsoft. To begin, I'd like to welcome Deidre Kornstrom. Deidre, it's so great to have you here today.
Thanks for having me, Paige.
I know there can be a lot of concern around AI. As an engineering leader at Microsoft, can you speak a little about how you design AI solutions for education?
Yeah, of course. Today, more than ever, it's increasingly important that we create opportunities to partner and learn within our education community as we build AI technologies to positively impact teaching and learning. We're guided, of course, by Microsoft's responsible AI principles that are built upon decades of research in AI. For example, we strive to ensure that fairness and inclusivity are core considerations as we develop and deploy AI systems.
And while our tools are responsibly designed, we also know that education organizations may be concerned about copyright claims. That's why the commercial academic versions of Microsoft Copilot come with a customer copyright commitment. This means that education customers can be confident in using our services without worrying about copyright claims, and that's a really good thing. Now I'm excited to get to the announcements about our new products and solutions. What do you have to share with us, Deirdre?
Well, today we're thrilled to share Copilot expansions for education audiences. Microsoft Copilot is already available to faculty and higher education students, and we're starting a private preview this spring with a limited group of customers to meet the needs of younger learners. When signed into their school accounts, all eligible education users will have commercial data protection. That means user and organizational data are protected when using Microsoft Copilot.
That's terrific because we get a lot of questions about that.
Yes, and it means that students can more efficiently do things like brainstorm, get help with step-by-step explanations, or improve their writing skills. Microsoft Copilot is built into all of our Microsoft 365 offers, including our zero-cost license for schools. That is, wherever Copilot is available, students and faculty logged into their school accounts can access this incredible technology at no cost.
That's excellent. I'm delighted to bring this more broadly to education institutions. I also know there are updates about Copilot from Microsoft 365 in education. Can you tell us about that?
Absolutely. Today, we're announcing that higher education students ages 18 and above will be eligible for Copilot for Microsoft 365 on April 1st. That's just a few months after we expanded this offer to faculty and staff.
As your AI-powered assistant, Copilot for Microsoft 365 goes far beyond simple questions and answers. For example, it can create and share insights from various data and document sources. This tool can generate summaries, provide feedback, and even develop new ideas and content. And because it's integrated across Microsoft 365 applications like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Teams, it's easy to get to in whatever productivity tool you're using.
That's right, Paige, and it's still covered by copyright and data protection insurances.
Your team has also created several new tools that can help support students and families in their learning as well. Tell us a little bit about what's new with our learning accelerators.
Absolutely. Over the past years, we've been further enhancing our products with AI so that educators can save time and personalize learning at scale while students benefit from these more engaging learning experiences. For example, Reading Coach, one of our learning accelerators for students, was already providing learners with real-time feedback, coaching, and personalized practice. Now, our new AI features allow students to create their own stories and pick the path as the story progresses. This approach increases student agency and motivation to keep on reading. And Reading Coach is now available outside of Teams on the web as well as a Windows app. So students and families can access these tools using a Microsoft account on their personal device at no cost. So to improve educators and students' access to these tools, we're also bringing learning accelerators to learning management systems like Schoology and Canvas through an LTI integration. And finally, our teacher tool, Math Progress, is now entering private preview, and Math Coach, our student tool, will soon follow. These tools leverage AI to help students identify where they're struggling and provide real-time step-by-step coaching and personalized practice on math problem solving.
I'm especially pleased that our coaching tools will be more broadly available to students outside of Microsoft Teams. This has been a top request from educators around the world, and we're thrilled to be able to meet that need. And Deirdre, I am excited to announce that there are also new features for educators in Reading Progress and Microsoft Teams for Education. It's coming to all educators later this month at no additional cost. These updates use AI to draft content like rubrics, assignment instructions, passages, and learning objectives so all educators can better serve their students. Now I want to shift to a different topic because security breaches are happening more and more in education. In fact, the research shows that education institutions are one of the top targets for phishing, malware, and ransomware events.
Yeah, it's a significant concern for all of our education customers and for all of us at Microsoft.
To address this concern, we are bringing a new offering, Microsoft Defender for Endpoint, aimed at supporting student devices. This will be available to any Microsoft 365 A5 customer at a highly discounted price. We're doing this because we believe that every student must be protected in this new world of AI.
Yeah, that's so great, Paige. Technology is essential in protecting student devices, but end-user training is also critical to keep education institutions safe. That's why we've created free cybersecurity training so that school leaders, educators, students, and even families can learn how to make good decisions when they're in an education environment. Our A5 customers can download these trainings to use in their own learning management system and customize them to support their entire school.
That's fantastic because human error is the biggest risk to data and system security. Deirdre, we are both big believers in the power of game-based learning with Minecraft Education. Do we have any announcements about Minecraft Education and digital skilling?
We do. I'm so glad you asked, Paige. So making learning interesting and relevant for students is so important. We're working hard to create new opportunities in computer science, cybersecurity, and AI skill building. So today, I'm pleased to share that Minecraft education curriculum will include AI-driven tools for educators. The new AI Prompt Lab is a great resource for educators to leverage Microsoft Copilot to write compelling prompts, develop interactive learning content and assessments, and also generate creative ideas for personalized lesson plans.
That's amazing because Minecraft education really brings joy to learning, and it helps to engage students in building skills they will use now and into the future. You know, when you see the benefit of AI technology in schools, the full opportunity for these new technologies come to life. But planning for a future where technology is changing rapidly can be challenging. And that's why today we're launching the Microsoft Education AI Toolkit. It's a free resource education leaders can use to develop AI plans for their institutions. It will help to lower the barrier of entry with examples, case studies, and getting started materials to help evaluate and implement AI solutions. It even gives AI prompts that can be used to develop your plans.
Yeah, I can already see how this is going to be incredibly helpful for education leaders around the globe.
It's one thing to talk about these tools and resources, but it's another thing to see them in action. Let's take a look at some AI navigators that are leading the way with this new technology. When you watch, you'll understand how Microsoft Copilot can give back time for faculty and staff so they can focus on what truly matters, building student relationships and improving impact, and how it helps to create equitable learning environments, setting students up to be future ready.
In the Wichita Public Schools, we serve nearly 47,000 students. Much of our job is to help teachers find ways to build student agency so they can see, dream, and achieve.
If you were to ask any teacher today, what do they wish they had more of? It's time. What Microsoft Copilot allows us to do, every teacher can start a lesson. They can also create an assessment of that lesson.
Microsoft Copilot makes differentiation for students so much simpler. I can pull a reading passage up and ask it to create the same passage at multiple different reading levels, and it's done in seconds.
Many times in technology, you have aha moments. We had 4,000 pieces of data. I was able to take all that feedback and get sentiment, summary, and insights. It was instant. And I don't have to worry about sensitive data or survey data or other sensitive information being leaked out. The data protection is there just like every other product Microsoft has with us.
The leadership at the Wichita Public Schools truly values setting students up to be future ready. We embrace Microsoft Copilot to expose students to AI tools and resources that set them up for jobs we can't even imagine yet. There's never been a more exciting time in education. It almost leaves me giddy. I'm just that excited.
University of South Florida has 55,000 students spread across 3 campuses. We want our faculty to do groundbreaking research. We want our students to be successful, which means we need accelerators. Generative AI and the co-pilots that we have started to use have shown us that a single person can do much more work.
The key benefit really of Copilot is its ability to interact with my documents. So anything that I have in OneDrive, whether it's Excel files, PowerPoints, Word documents, I'm able to query my documents, asking it to summarize. Copilot does that in seconds. Copilot now gives me the time that I need that I can be working on building new projects or really building those relationships. Generative AI is an absolute game changer. As my students are trying to write code for their statistics programs, they're able to debug much faster. I actually get fewer emails asking me some of the questions I used to get all the time because they're able to get those answers much faster.
I think it's going to dramatically change the landscape because I think it has the ability to democratize technology for folks that never thought of themselves as technologists. That's why I find these technologies so exciting.
Here at California State University, San Marcos, we are looking toward the future. Our mission is all about student success, really meeting students where they are and transforming the path forward.
We need to work together as one campus, supporting each student individually. And technologically, that is often a challenge because all the data that we have is broken up in different systems, sitting in different tools.
What Dynamics 365 and the power of artificial intelligence allow the university to do is bring meaning to data chaos and use that data in our personalized interaction with our students.
The main benefits of Dynamics 365 has been centralizing our communications with students, staff, faculty, external partners.
Technology does not replace the good work of our faculty and our staff. It is about complementing the work that they do, giving them tools to help foster and develop new programs. It's about enhancing their work and helping them drive forward.
Wow, those examples are so inspiring. I love that these organizations are also showcased as AI navigators in our Microsoft Education AI Toolkit.
Microsoft is working with partners across the education technology industry to make it easier to get the benefits of AI into the tools that schools are already using. For example, PowerSchool and Anthology are building upon Microsoft's AI technology to improve learning experiences, making great products even more amazing. Let's see how these solutions are delivering meaningful insights and making data-driven decision-making easier for customers.
Our goal here is to provide really rich educational opportunities for our students so that they can reach and exceed their potential. It's an exciting time in education. AI is going to really transform the way that we work, for what teachers do, for what students do. We are really embracing these new tools from Microsoft and PowerSchool because we really are a forward-thinking district.
The most exciting part of the AI tools within the PowerSchool family is in Performance Matters. Teachers will be able to see in one place all of the data points for their student. Being able to look at each student's growth will lead to your teaching being authentic.
The time that's being saved from not having to create everything manually just gives me more opportunity to work with individual students, to really design my lessons maybe at a deeper level to better fit the needs of my students.
We believe that the future of learning lies in providing each student learning that caters to their specific needs.
But I think with the advent of these new technologies with AI, that we're going to level that playing field and we're going to have more equitable opportunities for all our students.
AI is all around us. It's going to change the way that teachers and students interact with each other. The opportunities are endless.
The University of Leeds prides itself on being an innovator and a sector leader, particularly in the field of digital education. It's important to me to help improve the student experience. When Anthology worked with Microsoft to add AI functions to Blackboard Learn Ultra, we'd already had a role in the research and development, and we knew that it met our needs here at the university.
Anthology and Microsoft have been working together over a decade to deliver integrated solutions that respond to the needs of higher education. And their responsible AI principles are very similar to our own in the sense of reliability, safety, privacy, inclusiveness, and more.
Blackboard Learn Ultra's AI design assistant has taken a task which might have taken me a full day down to a few minutes. This has given me more time in the classroom with my students and to give them the experience that I would like them to have. The AI design assistant has been able to allow me to create new types and styles of assessment. So what I've been doing is taking the visuals from the image generator and creating whole new types of assessments with that, which then turns it into a graphic novel. Students really enjoy the modules with that AI image design.
The AI design assistant is a great example of how we can embed artificial intelligence within a product. It doesn't necessarily stand out, it's just another feature. What it can do already is incredible, but the potential it has for what AI can achieve in the field of higher education is just really exciting.
You know, what I really like about these partner stories is they show that AI technology can create even more impact in the hands of great educators.
While many education institutions will leverage AI and software solutions, others may want to build their own AI tools, and Microsoft has technology for that as well. Let's watch a story that showcases school-developed copilots. These organizations are leveraging the power and scale of Microsoft Azure, combined with AI technology to build tools specifically designed for their institution's unique needs.
South Australia is a large geographical state with 950 sites across the breadth of South Australia. When generative AI first really hit its straps in November 2022, our goal was to understand how could this differentiate learning for children and how could this play a massive role for us as we consider the huge workload that our staff have to face every day. EdChat is our own artificial intelligent tool which harnesses the power of Azure AI content safety service with student safety in mind.
My first experience with EdChat, I was pretty impressed with how simple it was. There was no learning curve. It was just straight in. The students that were in our EdChat trial actually really enjoyed it.
The fact that every child in our state will have access to something that can help them learn at their own pace, can help them learn in a way that best suits them, that augments the work that our teachers are already putting into our kids in our state. So it's really, beyond a technical project, this is so much bigger than that. It's a transformational project.
Shikshana Foundation started as an NGO that's focused on the education sector.
The public school system in India has been severely stressed. We found that typically a teacher handles multi-grade, multi-subjects, especially in the rural areas of the country. The biggest challenge was creating lesson plans.
Preparing those lesson plans, it was taking a lot of time because everything was manual. We were writing and writing and writing.
And that's where I felt technology can help.
Shiksha Copilot is a generative AI solution where we want to empower teachers to create engaging content for their classroom.
Within 5 minutes, I'm preparing the lesson plans.
It's very essential that any solution we roll out supports the local language.
Shiksha Copilot is based on Azure OpenAI. It's grounded in local context.
ಈ ಮಾಮೂಲಿ ನಾವು ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಯೋಗ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೂ ಶಿಕ್ಷಾ ಕೋಪೈಲಟ್ ಲೆಸನ್ ಪ್ಲಾನಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆದಂಥ ಹೊಸ ಪ್ರಯೋಗಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅವ್ರು ತುಂಬ ಒಂದು ಖುಷಿ ಪಡ್ತಾರೆ.
Classroom engagement is going to get richer, it's going to get deeper, that will eventually lead to better learning outcomes for students.
I think about USF as an audacious university. And so what we're doing with Microsoft is creating some audacious ideas. Before, you had to depend on the intelligence of pre-created bots. Now, with generative AI, you can take your own intelligence and it's much, much cheaper to be able to create your own solutions. The decision to create these help desk bots actually is really easy. It's about efficiencies for our client. We use Azure OpenAI to classify our tickets, and we're essentially able to eliminate the first level of eyes on a ticket. Before this ticket classification, we actually had people looking at every ticket. It would be a few hours before the team got to it. Now it's a matter of seconds. I think for the students right now, the downstream benefit is that they have the ability to access services much faster. While resources might remain the same, what we can do with those resources can be significantly more. The possibilities of acceleration now seem limitless.
Well, these education institutions are clearly focused on their specific needs and are being very intentional about their approach to planning and implementing AI.
Absolutely. And you can see that they're creating more effective and efficient processes and organizations by creating their own co-pilots. Deirdre, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Paige.
As we mentioned before, advances with technology come with new responsibilities for security, privacy, and responsible AI use. As a result, choosing a trusted partner with the right devices, software options, and cloud services is critical. Trust is foundational to our work. Microsoft is the cloud provider of choice to numerous large commercial customers, such as Siemens, Vodafone, World Bank, and 3M, just to name a few. Even ChatGPT, the most popular AI tool, runs on Microsoft Azure. When your institution uses the Microsoft Cloud, you get the benefits of leveraging technology that's built with industry-leading security. To tell us more about Microsoft security, I'd like to welcome Corey Lee. Hi, Corey.
Excited to be here, Paige.
Can you share how we're helping to protect education institutions?
Absolutely. You know, Microsoft processes over 65 trillion pieces of data daily. Our ability to collect and examine global data helps us to understand where attacks are coming from, how attacks are evolving, and where to focus to provide the best protections for education institutions. Across our platform, from client to cloud, we have integrated security tools meant to harden and protect school environments.
That's great, Corey. I know this is a top-of-mind issue for education leaders. Can you tell us about Microsoft Copilot for Security?
I sure can. Copilot for Security is our new generative AI product for security and IT professionals. We've been getting tremendous feedback from our early access program customers. Copilot allows IT teams to use plain language communication and can perform tasks such as writing complex queries, summarizing security incidents, checking device health, and providing actionable recommendations. This means easier access to information that can be used to detect, contain, resolve, and prevent security issues at machine speed.
Corey, Copilot for Security is going to be a great way for schools to leverage the Microsoft platform to protect their entire IT environment. As we mentioned earlier, Defender for Endpoint will soon be available in our Microsoft 365 A5 offering to support students, in addition to the current support for faculty. As AI gets adopted more and more in schools, the combination of Copilot for Security and the Student Defender offering will be critical to providing affordable security management for education institutions. Security is a place where education institutions and technology companies need to collaborate deeply, which is why I can't wait to show you how our customers are using AI and Microsoft 365 to keep students and their data safe. We'll see how proactive preparation combined with integrated security from client to cloud can help disrupt advanced cyber attacks at machine speed. This can make all the difference between a near miss and a catastrophe.
Fulton County Schools is a metro district in Atlanta, Georgia. We serve about 90,000 students in our area. We have 14,000 staff members. And our mission is to serve students first. Digital security is foundational to what we do. It is imperative that organizations be prepared with the proper tools to help you find the threats and vulnerabilities and to pursue tools like the A5 license with Microsoft. In December of 2021, Fulton County Schools experienced a ransomware scare. The Department of Homeland Security gave me a hash to go and find on our network. We used Microsoft Defender to find that hash. Within hours, it gave us the ability to instill confidence in our district leadership, staff, and students. It allowed me to get back to our IT division core mission of delivering safe and effective network and applications throughout the district.
Newington College is 160 years old. We have students here from years K to 12 across 4 campuses. Protecting data is a big issue for us.
Cyber threats at Newington College have changed over time. We've definitely seen more sophisticated, targeted attacks. Schools are targeted because they're seen as not really having the best security posture. We had an incident at the college whereby one of the student accounts had been compromised there. We thought to ourselves, how far has this gone?
We ensured that no data was lost and there was no breach of private data.
We realised that tool sets that we were using did not stand up to the attack. We were looking at a very fragmented view of the environment. We actually decommissioned the infrastructure in question, which again helped us with our use case of moving to Azure Virtual Desktop. So from there we started evaluating Microsoft 365 A5, and we quickly realised that we would have had a lot more visibility over the data.
If that same attack happened now, we would be in a much better position. The student's account would never have been compromised because we're running Microsoft Defender for Identity. We'd be hearing about that in Microsoft Sentinel. We made the move to Intune. That way we're able to keep our servers managed and patched as well as workstations.
We've seen an evolution in the company of Microsoft, and we feel that we picked the right partner to get on board with.
I feel gratitude that we have great tools in service of keeping the school safe from cyber attacks. That Newington is a safer place.
Oregon State University is known for its research. So protecting that research activity is critical because it's about the institution's reputation. In 2021, we had a security close call. It was apparent that we had some gaps in our security operations that weren't sufficient for the threat that we were facing. We were fortunate in that the incident didn't have a wide effect, but it was a wake-up call to make some changes. The Microsoft 365 A5 licenses have provided some useful things for the community. We made investments in Microsoft Sentinel. We deployed Microsoft Defender very widely here at Oregon State University, where we had the ability to detect incidents perhaps in the time scale of weeks. Now we detect things in a matter of minutes.
Sentinel brought so much change. It's a colossal new world. We are creating automation rules in there to help automate the things we already have alerting for, creating alerting rules and KQL queries that we can hunt with.
The Security Operations Center has had the benefit of these new security tools. They don't have to natively go through logs. Now these are sorted and presented to them in a much more efficient way. It has improved their workflow tremendously.
Microsoft Security Copilot is a fantastic AI assist that can really enhance Microsoft Sentinel and all those other tools that we're using within Azure. I'm really excited about using Microsoft Security tools to secure the really interesting research that OSU is doing and really push the limits of human knowledge and research at OSU.
Those are amazing examples, Paige.
Corey, thanks so much for joining us today and for all the expertise you bring to schools to help them protect students and teachers.
It was great being here.
Today, we've heard how many education institutions are already beginning to realize the benefits of AI. This includes improving efficiency in back offices, helping leaders update guidelines and policies, and supporting educators in developing lesson plans and assessments. In addition to the adults in educational organizations, we also need to get students ready for the modern workforce. I recently had a fascinating conversation with the Superintendent of Public Instruction in Washington State, Chris Reykdal. Microsoft is based in the state of Washington, and we're one of the region's largest employers, which is one reason why I'm so excited to share Chris's story. Chris, thanks so much for joining me today. I've been so impressed by your leadership on this topic.
Thank you, Paige. I'm excited to be here.
Can you take a moment to share a little about your vision for AI and some of the work you've been doing to bring that vision to life?
Well, as soon as I started to play around with AI tools, I knew there were a lot of possibilities to use it to make teachers more efficient and to help students with their learning. I have a responsibility to ensure that all of our students are ready for the world of work with AI. So we organized a group of education leaders from around the state to imagine several pieces of our system and how it can be enhanced. Our AI team has already launched initial guidance statewide, and it comes at a really exciting time because we're also rewriting our learning standards in English language arts, science, and math. So the AI skills are embedded into the standards. They're not siloed into a separate supplemental area of our curriculum. It's not thought of as separate. We really want folks to think about those as integrated bodies of work.
Yeah, having grade level expectations about AI and information media literacy and allows students to develop their AI capabilities as they learn core curriculum, not as a single standalone course in high school.
It's important because all of our educators are required to teach these standards, so ensuring that all students will have the opportunity to develop AI skills at the same time, it's a game changer.
That's a key systemic step, and it's one of the things that most impressed me about the work you've been doing.
Yeah, thanks, Paige. It's true, but like many things in education, integration into the standards is just a first step to ensure we really do this well, get the student outcomes that we want. Teachers have to be offered professional development on how to teach these new skills. So our next step has been to think through how we leverage our education service agencies. They're all over our state. We want them to support the training of our teachers to these updated standards, and when we do that, we get consistency around the state.
Yeah, in fact, Microsoft is one of the collaborators supporting those efforts. I think it's going to take public-private partnership to do this effectively at scale, and I know our team is really excited about that professional development work.
Yeah, no question about it. I agree that thinking about teacher professional development is a fundamental part of the success of the work. We have to support our educators on the use of the tools and, frankly, also how not to use them.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I think we got to go one step further. We have to think about institutional policies and practices as well, recommending what tools are best suited for our schools, creating strong use cases for how they can be used, creating policies around student, educator, researcher, and staff use. Everyone needs the support to do this well if it's going to be effective, and obviously we have to curate some really good resources to support the adoption of AI.
And your guidance has the initial framework for all of those considerations.
You know, really thinking through and supporting the implementation is going to be the key to success in the implementation of AI in our classrooms.
I spend a lot of time talking to education leaders about these topics, and they tend to fall into two camps. Those that want to embrace AI and make sure that their students have access to all of it and are building skills for life and work. And those who are worried about things like plagiarism and just want to shut it down.
Yes, I'm definitely observing the same dichotomy, and I don't think it's appropriate to shut it down because almost every student and educator has AI in their pocket today. It's on their phone. It's ubiquitous. Even if they don't know it, they're using it.
And every employer is going to want to use it with their workforce.
Yeah, our state is one of the largest technology hubs in the world. We have many leading companies headquartered here. If we want to continue our drive to statewide economic success and growth, then our high-tech sector has to have the support of our school system. We've got to keep that talent pipeline going for our employers. In the social media boom, we were quite frankly late to the game in education, and it kind of happened to us instead of teaching our students and educating our educators on the strengths and weaknesses of that. We learned some tough lessons. So with AI, we're proactive, we're excited about the work, and we're leading with change as a minimal expectation. And then we know once we create the opportunity, the magic happens and the creation happens in classrooms, and it's a positive thing in learning.
That's great, Chris. I agree. I can't wait to see how your work progresses. Thanks for joining me today to share Washington's story. In fact, we've included your case study in our Microsoft Education AI Toolkit so that others who want to learn from you can get more details about your work. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you, Paige. I appreciate it.
Now I'd like to introduce Lila Buhlman. Lila is an expert on getting young people ready for the world of work. Welcome.
Thanks. It's my pleasure to be here today.
Lila, I've been involved in education for 3 decades, and throughout that time, preparing students for the future of work has been a central focus of my efforts. The rapid adoption of AI over the past year has been like nothing I've ever experienced. These tools are already having an impact on job listings.
I completely agree. It's an energizing time. The latest findings from an IDC InfoBrief sponsored by Microsoft, as well as Microsoft's own new Future of Work report, confirm this fact, that the need for an AI-ready workforce has already arrived. Today's graduates are expected to be able to use Microsoft Copilot and other AI technologies as they progress from classroom to career. Over half of the organizations surveyed by IDC are either conducting training or researching training options about generative AI for employees and business leaders. What did you find interesting in this study?
Well, there are a number of points in this paper that I think are really compelling. For instance, proficiency in Microsoft Office was ranked the most important technical skill for professional success across IT and business leaders, significantly ahead of the next listed skill. And of respondents who said Microsoft Office is important for communication and collaboration, 100% use it every day. Having students learn how to use Microsoft Teams was also found to be critical. When it comes to overall ranking of the top 3 collaboration tools for work purposes, respondents cited that Microsoft Teams is the highest-ranked collaboration and productivity application. What about you? What did you see that caught your eye?
Well, one thing that struck me was that in addition to technical skills like Microsoft Office, experienced professionals and managers indicated that future success in new hires requires creative problem solving. This, along with the flexibility needed to monitor and adjust to new situations and technologies, certainly matches my experience and our daily work at Microsoft.
Yes, I agree with that. And here's another thing I found fascinating. A majority of responding managers said that certifications from technology vendors are important when hiring entry-level applicants. So Microsoft certifications can really help people prepare students for their futures.
Microsoft does offer a variety of technical certifications, including many in security. But the challenge is often getting students, particularly women, interested and engaged, so they can prepare for and earn their credentials. With the demand for skilled cybersecurity professionals growing faster than ever, it's important that we build an inclusive talent pipeline.
Microsoft also created several programs to help develop the cybersecurity workforce. Do you have any new news to tell us about those programs?
I'm excited to share that Microsoft Philanthropies are making an additional commitment to bring our cybersecurity certification program to 5,000 women. We are collaborating with our partner, Women in Cloud, on a scholarship program. This will help women with structured skills development, leading to one of our industry-leading certifications. In addition, they are getting employability readiness coaching for real-world opportunities and rewarding careers. Also, Minecraft Education has released a cybersecurity curriculum and professional learning for educators to support digital citizenship. We've committed to preparing thousands of educators with the skills to teach cybersecurity to the next generation of learners.
Wow, that's great that we're investing in the technology industry's talent pipeline. Whether it's pursuing cybersecurity knowledge and certifications or building digital citizenship skills in Minecraft, these programs are helping to engage students in the classroom today to create a more inclusive workforce for tomorrow. Lila, let's see how our educators are using technology and implementing innovative programs to get students excited about and engaged in learning. We have some great examples of helping students gain the knowledge and skills they need to be ready for the future of work.
Right now in Jacksonville, we have about 6,000 unfilled IT jobs. And as more and more tech comes here to Jacksonville, we need more people that are interested in technology. So we started putting together the Minecraft Lab.
Maybe they don't have a science lab and they can't do any experiments, but they can do experiments in Minecraft Education. Maybe they'll never be exposed to coding, but we can expose them to coding here and they might be willing to take up a computer science course.
And this lab really demonstrates to those students that come here that, wow, I can code. This is something that is possible for me to do in the future.
We have a massive opportunity now to tailor education that is meaningful for learners, but also to make fundamental change and to think about how we want them to learn.
I've taught my other friends how to code. It makes me feel excited and proud of myself.
OSU's approach to cybersecurity is interesting. We have a lot of student employees. I'm really excited about being able to bring Microsoft Security Copilot to them and have them learn on it with us in the SOC and use that to improve OSU's posture. It's a really good complement to the academics that they're getting here, and they're really excited about the ways that we're continuing to grow and mature that and using Microsoft Security Copilot, which they wouldn't learn in class yet, but it's definitely going to be something that will be used in industry and continue to grow throughout their careers.
Fulton County Schools has a really strong cybersecurity department with a lot of dedicated IT professionals, but that's not enough. And that's why we established the Cybersecurity Club and the Cybersecurity Pathways here at Innovation Academy. We're teaching over 150 students cybersecurity skills every day. Our cybersecurity students are so eager to get into some of the industry-level tools like Microsoft Sentinel, Microsoft Defender, because they want to try it out. They want to see what impacts the tools can have. And I, as their teacher, am really excited to watch them along this journey. You're on the right track. Very good.
All of the stories we heard today were really amazing.
I couldn't agree more. Lila, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, Paige.
I'd like to thank everyone who shared their experiences with us. There's never been a better time to collectively reimagine education. We have so much work to do to continue our shared mission to empower every student, educator, and educational organization on the planet to achieve more. To ensure that everyone gets access to the benefits of AI, Microsoft stands ready to support you. I hope you are excited and ready to leverage the opportunities AI can bring to education. We are inspired every day by your passion and dedication. Thank you for all that you do. Thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you soon.